Hey, what's up guys? John from KetoBars.com here. Today I wanted to talk about just some of our most frequent questions that we get. Of course, when I started the company in 2014, I used to deal with all the customer support and service, and of course I did everything. I made the bars. I did everything myself. Luckily, because we've grown quite a bit since then, I no longer have to take care of that. I work on some other things, and I have some awesome people that help me there. So I still hear about all the stuff that comes up, of course, like if we get something that's like a repeat question all the time. So yeah, today I just wanted to address a few of the things that we hear about all the time. I will start with the first one. This is huge. Total carb versus net carbs. It's surprising to me that more people don't know the difference between those and get really confused by net carbs. But I think it also speaks to how many people are getting into this, getting into keto, low carb, just watching that stuff, even just doing low sugar. The fact that not everybody knows this by now, that's in the diet, just again, it shows how many people are rolling into this. And there's a lot of common misconceptions. I think you can probably find YouTube videos of people defining this in different ways, but the industry accepted way is net carbs equal total carbs minus fiber, and then you can subtract some other things. So in our case, erythritol, you can subtract because it doesn't affect your blood sugar. In a bunch of other cases, there's some sugar alcohols that people claim don't affect your blood sugar that actually do. So companies that are famous for subtracting things they shouldn't were Atkins bars forever, just until recently used maltitol in their products, and they're part of the problem. There's a misconception on what net carbs should be, but yes, you subtract the net carbs equal total carbs minus fiber, that's universally accepted, and then you subtract the sugar alcohols. In our case, erythritol, same with everybody else. Anytime I see erythritol as an ingredient, I almost always right away think, okay, this company is being conscious about what they're doing and making an effort. The second I see the word maltitol on a product, I'm like, this company's lazy, they're taking the easy way out, and quite frankly, they're giving their own customers a terrible product. There's no need, it's bad. So yeah, that's our number one question. The rest of the questions have a little bit more to do about our bar specifically. We get this all the time too. Is your bar a meal replacement? When should I eat it? What am I supposed to do with it? And the answer is eat it whenever you want. The most common things that we get are people eat them all the time for breakfast with a cup of coffee or something like that. So it's a common, in that case, I guess I'd call it a meal replacement. I personally am not a big breakfast person, so that's more how I would eat it. But people that are big breakfast people, if you're making eggs and bacon and avocado, a million different things, this probably isn't a good solution for you in the morning. A lot of people use it for in-between meal snacks. And then the two other most common things I hear is that people use it as a dessert or an on-the-go thing. They throw it in their bag and take it to the gym or keep them in their car or whatever. So that's the way people use them the most. Let's see, third question. This kind of actually goes into what I was just talking about. In that taking them on the go, right? That's why bars are popular. That's why people buy them and consume them. And something you have to take in consideration when you do that is, does the bar that I just bought have a melting point problem? Will it melt if things get warm? So if you throw a chocolate bar in your gym bag or at soccer practice, you're going to come back to a Hershey bar that's completely melted. And it's going to be goo. We know that, so we don't bring that type of product. The interesting thing with keto products is with fat generally melts at a low melting point. And I can say that we spent a ton of time trying to nail the perfect melting point so that you could actually take our stuff on the go. We can put some other recipes that tasted really, really good. But the melting point was too low. And for an e-commerce company like us, like we need these things to be able to like sit on your front porch for a few hours before you take them in, maybe go in your mailbox. And a lot of our customers are in Florida and Texas and Southern California and Arizona, all the other hot states where you probably get away with a lot during the winter, but during the summer, the day of reckoning comes and you find out how your product actually holds up in the heat. So it's actually curious. There's at least one manufacturer that hasn't been out crazy long, that's gotten really big really quickly, and we've tested their bars and they melt really poorly. They're just completely mush over 100 degrees, and I'm curious to see if there's backlash on that, especially from like Amazon's the place to look for real reviews there, to see how they get treated. So that'll be interesting. We're pretty good. Our stuff gets soft for sure. I'd say it's more like a homemade brownie when it's really warm. That's kind of how ours is. Ours doesn't melt, it just gets soft. Moving on. Shelf life. What is the shelf life of our bars? So we say 9 months. The truth is that when you get to a certain level of shelf stability, it's not so much like our product doesn't go bad, right? Like it's never gonna make you sick. It's never gonna have bacteria or like mold problems, like unless the packaging gets compromised in some way, right? So of course we can't stop outside things from getting in if there's a packaging defect or something like that. But that's to say that our product is more of a best by date. So in that case, think about it as like your shelf stable foods at the grocery store, right? Anything you buy in a refrigerator or frozen aisle, like that stuff's probably gonna spoil and go bad. Like your milk, when like, yeah, we all know you can extend it a couple days past like what the actual date says, but like if you keep your milk for a year, like it goes bad and like you'll get really sick if you consume it. On the other side of things, like if you buy a bag of chips and you keep it a year past its expiration date or best by date, like when you open them, like they're not gonna be bad. They're not gonna kill you. They're just gonna be stale, or the flavors aren't gonna be that good. Like the flavors just tend to deteriorate. So that's how we came up with ours. It's more like just kind of like testing and measuring and seeing how the product holds up. So yeah, there's no magic date 9 months after they're made. All of a sudden, like they're gonna spoil or go bad. That doesn't happen. And at the 10th month, the flavor's not gonna completely go foul or something. It's just they taste better fresh. So the newer they are, the flavors pop a little bit more, and they just slowly I think stale is probably the best word there. They slowly just get like oxidized, and the flavors become less pronounced. So yeah, so we say 9 months, but none of that's like a super specific date or anything like that. All of this can be extended, right, by freezing or refrigerating. So yeah, if you buy like bulk bars from us, throw them in your freezer. That'll help you in freshness. Let's see, shipping stuff. We get so many shipping questions. It's the bane of our existence. So shipping's a pain in the butt. You have so many problems. One, you want to ship really quickly because customers expect their stuff quickly, right? If you want to compete with Amazon and 2-day shipping, which we do, all our stuff goes out 2 to 3 day right now. But you got to ship it quick, right? People want a quick response. The other side of that is if the consumer screws up their address or something in their order, they also want enough time to change stuff. So we always are wrestling with like, how can we maximize the time that customers have to change their order if they did something wrong versus like making sure we're shipping it as quickly as possible. You know, we think we figured it out. The other side is the price. People with free shipping being offered, you know, we try to compete with that, right? So we do, if you buy 2 boxes or more, we do free shipping. Like obviously we're eating a shipping charge on that. Most orders, I'm gonna say most 2-box orders probably go out for like $8.50 to $9 or something like that. So it's a pretty significant cost eater. Of course, we have that built into the price of our product at that point. Even when you buy 1 box, we charge $4.99 shipping. And we're eating it on that too. That it costs more. It probably costs $7 or $7.50 to actually ship that. So yeah, we eat costs there too. The big one is the international stuff, and I promise, if there's anyone international watching this, I promise you we're working on this. We do like a live calculator right on our website that like updates all this stuff, and like the prices are outrageous, and it is expensive to ship this stuff, and we are like working hard at looking. We just haven't looked at enough vendors, and we don't have enough options, and I think that's something you'll see change really soon on our website. Even with like the free option, right? Like right now you get free shipping, and that's USPS priority. So again, 2 to 3 day within the United States. We want to offer more things like just overnighting. Like we just have some customers that don't care that it costs $50 to overnight it if they're going away for a vacation the next day or something like that. So you will see some new services or offerings from us and different carriers. Some people hate one carrier versus the other. We've heard many times that people like don't like USPS because they don't deliver to their house correctly, so they only want to order via FedEx or something like that. So we are working on that. You should see some additional options pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that. Any other questions that you've always wondered? Things that like you didn't see covered on our website or on our social media? Like throw it in the comments. Ask me. Like I respond. I respond to everything I see. So yeah, anything I'm missing, let me know. If not, subscribe if you enjoy the content. If not, I'll see you guys next time. See ya.